Hi, I'm Jennifer of Celtic Knot Crochet, and today in this video I'm going to show you how to crochet this easy textured basket. You can see they all fit inside each other. I'll show you how to do all these sizes by making the big one. This one, it's about 6 inches across in its diameter, and you're going to start by making a circle and then working your way up. I used a very small amount of Bernat Maker Home Deck. This pretty coral color is Woodbury. This right here is Aqua. And this one here is a variegated Pebble Beach. So you can make several baskets with one skein. There's about 8.8 ounces, so 317 yards. And that's plenty to make all three baskets you could make with one color. The other thing I wanted to show you about this that is optional, the pattern is written out for you at CelticKnotCrochet.com, and you'll see that there is this inner layer here that helps to reinforce the sides. So as you can see with this one, there's no inner layer, it's just the outside edge, and it can be a little floppy, but for a little one it works okay. And you'll see we'll be crocheting this textured stitch up the side, and then we'll crochet a simple stitch here. I like this because it's a recycling of those plastic packages, and the plastic means it can get wet, no harm. And then you can see I can press down and it keeps its nice straight side. And if you want, you can sew this bottom edge inside. So let's get started. This project begins with a adjustable ring, sometimes called a magic ring. Wrap the yarn around your hand. The working yarn goes across. Put your hook under the loop. Yarn over, pull through. I'm using a size L or 8mm hook. All the supplies are listed in the description below. And then you're going to chain 3. I also have a video showing you how to do just this step since I went kind of quick. I'll put that up there in the video for you so you can click on that and watch a slower version of the adjustable ring. And what I'm doing right now is I'm going to make 12 double crochets including that chain 3, so chain 3 plus 11 double crochets all inside this adjustable ring. Here you can see I've completed all of the 11 double crochets plus that starting chain 3, and this is where the magic happens. You pull this tail from the yarn and that pulls tight your ring, and this hole in the middle disappears, and then I will just put my hook into that chain 3, yarn over and pull through everything. That's called a slip stitch. And now I have a nice circle started. Now what I'm going to do next is start increasing so that my circle can get bigger but stay flat. It's a common technique used when crocheting circles. So I'm going to chain 3 and then I'm going to double crochet in the same stitch. So now I have basically 2 double crochets in that first stitch. That chain 3 counts as a double crochet. And then I'm going to do that all the way around. 2 double crochets in each stitch all the way around. So that will give me 24 total double crochets for round 2. I'll continue like that all the way around. You can see it gets big fast because it's thick yarn, big hook, nice and soft though, so it Doesn't hurt your hands. Here I've completed 2 double crochets in each stitch around. I counted to double check that I have 24 double crochets all the way around, and that includes the starting chain 3 that counts as 1 double crochet. Put my hook in the starting chain 3, yarn over, pull through everything, a slip stitch, and now I have a slightly bigger circle, and you can see it's still laying flat because we increased by placing 2 stitches in each around. Now if you want to make the smallest basket, you would stop increasing right here, and you would skip ahead to where you start working up the side. And that's later on in the video. I can put that in the description below, what timestamp you'd want to jump to in order to see how I start going up the side. But if you'd like to make a bigger basket, you will need to do another round. If you see here, the medium basket has 1, 2, 3 rounds on the bottom. So let me show you how to do the next round. We have to increase again to keep it flat. Going to chain 3 again, going to double crochet in that first stitch. So I increased once, and now I'm just going to do a plain double crochet in the next stitch. So I have an increase and then 1 in 1. And I'm going to continue that pattern all the way around. So an increase, which means 2 double crochets in the next stitch, and then 1 double crochet in the one after that. 2 in 1, 1 in 1. I'll continue that all the way around, and it will give me 36 double crochets, counting that first chain 3. Here I've completed the 3rd round with the 2 in 1, 1 in 1, and now I'm going to join with a slip stitch, put my hook in, yarn over, pull through everything. And now if you want to make the medium basket, you would stop making the circle and you'd skip ahead in the video to where we start working up the side. Again, check the description below for the timestamp of where to jump ahead. But if you'd like to make the large basket, we have 1 more round of increases. So I will chain 3, double crochet in the same stitch, and now I'm going to do 1 in 1 and 1 in 1 again in 2 stitches. Now I'm going to do that pattern all the way around. So 2 double crochets in the next stitch, 1 in 1, 1 in 1. I'll continue that all the way around, 2 in 1, 1 in 1, 1 in 1, and it will give me 48 double crochets all the way around, and then I'll be ready to start working up the side. Here you can see I've gone all the way around, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds. And as the others, I'm going to insert my hook into the top of the chain 3, yarn over, pull through everything. It's a slip stitch, closes it all up. Now to move on to the sides. The first row, we're just going to do a simple single crochet row. So I'm going to chain 1, but the key here is that I'm going to turn this around, so now I have the wrong side of the basket facing me for now, and I'm going to work in the back loop of all these stitches along the edge. So normally I would put my hook under both loops like that, but for this round only I'm going to put my hook into that back loop, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. And again, it's easy to see that back loop if you turn your work and look from up above. If you're trying to hold it like this, you can't see. So turn it and look from above, put your hook in right into the center of the stitch, and that's how you pick up that back loop only, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. And this is single crochet all the way around, making sure that the bottom of the basket, which is the wrong side of all those rounds we just did, is facing me. And I'm going to do that all the way around until I get back to where I started. Now I've come back all the way around to that starting single crochet. I'm going to put a slip stitch, putting my hook through both loops now, slip stitch to join it up. Now you can see by not increasing, the work just naturally pops up and I start working up the sides. Now I'm going to turn my work again. So now we're starting to do this textured stitch, and the textured part shows up on the wrong side of the stitch. So now we want to turn again. So you can chain one, turn the basket again, so now you have the right side or the inside of the basket facing you. And now we're going to work in each stitch around doing the same thing. Yarn over, put my hook in, yarn over, pull through the stitch, and through everything on my hook. And that's the stitch. Yarn over, put my hook in, yarn over, pull through the stitch, and everything on my hook. And we'll keep going around in a spiral. We're not going to join. Do you see how I put my hook in, I pull through the stitch, and then I shift my non-working hand to hold right here, and I pull down so those loops get nice and tall and it's easy to pull the hook through. I find it helps to do those two steps. If you try to do the whole thing at once, you'll drive yourself crazy. So yarn over, hook in, pull through the stitch, adjust your grip, and pull through the two. And then you see on the back, you have all this great texture. And you'll continue like that around and around till you get the height that you would like. Now on the 2 round small basket, I did it for 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds. You can do whatever you like. For the medium basket, I did it for 6 rounds. And for the largest basket, I did it for 3, 6, 8 rounds. So I did, each one I did 2 rounds longer. But it's really up to you. You can go taller if you want a deeper basket. Here you can see I've gone all the way around with my first round of the textured stitch, and here's that first stitch. I'm not going to join with a slip stitch. I'm just going to continue with the textured stitch. I experimented with both ways, and I think the basket looks the best if you just work in a spiral and you don't stop and join. So it just keeps on going. Now again, because of where we did our slip stitches here, I can see where I started. But if you'd like, you can put a stitch marker here, and then when you're finished, when you got it the height that you want, you know where to stop, and then your sides will be even. So keep on going till you get the height you'd like. There is one little tip I wanted to give you when working this stitch. As you notice, as you're working on the side of the basket, it curls inward, and you have to be careful that as it curls inward that you don't insert your hook through this loop and then that slash from the textured stitch. I know it sort of looks like the top of a stitch, the 2 loops, but it's not. So if you see, as I open up this side, now you see the tops of your stitches. And those are the loops that you want to insert your hook under so that you still have that slash. So I'll show you what I mean by using a different color. So I yarn over and pull through everything. And so here you see going through the correct top of the stitch, and you can see here is the slash from the row before and the new slash. Okay, now if I were to go through the wrong way, what happens is that you end up eliminating that nice texture. So you can see right here, I have the slash from what I just did, but because I worked through the slash, now I've taken it away. See, here's the slash when I did it correctly, and then if I accidentally work through that slash, I make it go away. And if you were to do that every row, you wouldn't end up with this texture. So one more time, when you're looking at your row, see how it's curled over, make sure you stand it up so you can see the tops of your stitches as normal, and then do your stitch like that. So yarn over, hold the work straight up and down, pull through everything, and now you can see the slash has come back because I haven't worked into that. I've worked into the top of the stitch just like you normally would, but you just need to be careful because it looks very similar when you hold it like this. So I hope that helps you do the stitch well. Let's get on to the last step of finishing. Now I've gone around the height that I would like, and again here I can see this is where I started. You can see where the textured stitch starts. So I'm going to stop in line with that, and I found it looks best if I do a slip stitch in the next stitch. It kind of closes up the spiral and makes everything look like it's the same height. And now for that inside, you can stop here if you'd like, or if you'd like to put that inner supportive side, we're going to keep on working from where we've been working so far. Very simple. The only thing we need to do is turn our work again. So I'm going to chain one and now turn the work so the textured stitch is facing, and then I'm going to work in that back loop only again, just for this first round around the top. And I'm doing a single crochet. Hook in, yarn over, pull through the stitch, yarn over, pull through two. Working in that back loop only, like we did for the first round of the sides. And you'll see that creates this ridge right here, and it helps it to just flip down inside very easily by going in that back loop. And I will continue all the way around in the same spiral manner that we did before until it reaches the length you like. Now I decided to go all the way down to the base of the basket, and depending on how tightly you crochet, your rows might be a little longer or shorter than mine, but there really is no wrong or right number of rows. It's just till you get to the bottom and you like how it looks. So I've gone all the way around, and now I'm going to continue working. This time I'm going to, for the rest of this section, I'm going to go through both loops and continue working in single crochet. And it's a nice, solid but flat, non-textured stitch. So this area can pop inside your basket, like here. You can see, nice tight stitch. And it easily pops inside your basket and adds some stability to the sides. And remember, you can cut a strip of packaging like I showed you at the beginning. You can hear it inside, and that adds even more stability here. And you can't see it, and it's a nice way to recycle some of those plastic packaging. And there you have it. Your easy textured baskets are complete. I hope you enjoyed making these. Please leave a comment below telling us which color you decided to make yours in. And please watch the next video. Thanks for watching.